Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Artistic Atom. I am Fatima and today we are going to decode the danger. That is, in this session we will be understanding different hazard symbols. For this particular session, I have referred to Oxford University Press. Now, the learning objectives for this particular sessions are as follows. Firstly, we will be understanding different hazard symbols. Secondly, we will be understanding their meanings. Lastly, we will be understanding how to actually keep ourselves safe even if when we are using these chemicals. Now let's get started. So before starting with the exact symbols and their meanings and also the ways by which we can keep ourselves safe, I have actually made this mind map out of all the theoretical part that is given in your textbook. So why I have made it in order to understand the whole thing in the form of a mind map, which makes it easy for us to remember. So the firstly, I have categorized these hazard symbols into three categories. First one is the health hazards, second one is the flammable hazards, and third one is the environmental hazards. Now, these health hazards are those chemicals which actually cause harm to the living cells. Now, based on their harm, the extent of the harm that they are causing to the living cells, I have further divided them into three categories. First one is the irritant hazards. They just cause rashes and blisters when they are in contact with your skin or your eyes. Now, when we talk about the corrosive ones, they actually damage your cells. Okay, they completely destroy the cells. And the most dangerous ones, these toxic hazards, they may lead to death. Okay, so we are going to discuss all of them in detail in further slides. Okay, now the next category is flammable hazards. Now, in flammable hazards, these are the chemicals which easily catch fire. Now, based on their ability to catch fire, I have divided them into two categories. First one just catches fire, whereas second ones they actually explode when they come in contact with any of the flammable hazards. Hope you have understood this much part. Now the last part is the environmental hazards. The name itself indicate that they cause harm to the plants, animals, or in conclusion we can say that they cause harm to the environment. Okay, let us understand each one of them in detail. First one is irritant hazard. This is how actually the symbol looks like. It shows you and also directs you that you're not expected to touch the chemicals or in any way bring it in contact with your skin or any body part. Because see, first of all, it is not going to destroy your cells completely, but yes, it is going to cause rashes, redness, and blister to your skin, as you can see in the picture. Nextly, we will be understanding what are the different ways actually you can reduce the risk from these irritant hazards. So the first way is you're supposed to keep the contact away from your eyes. So you're going to wear eye protection. So even if that chemical spills or somehow it spills out of the container, it is not going to touch your eyes. Nextly, you're going to avoid the contact by wearing gloves. So it will keep your skin safe. So with this, you're particularly ready to carry out your experimentations. Next hazard is the corrosive hazards. So these corrosive hazards symbol is actually this in the image. As you can see also, as soon as this hazard chemical comes in contact with anything, it completely destroys those cells. So this depression shows that those cells or that particular substance, whatever was there, it is completely destroyed because of this hazard corrosive symbol or sorry, hazard corrosive chemical. So always remember this corrosive chemical will completely destroy the living tissues or whatever the substance is. So remember, corrosive Carl can't be touched. He can destroy everything he hugs. Okay. These corrosive chemicals can be strong acids like hydrochloric acid or H2SO4 or any other acid, or it can be strong bases like NaOH or and so on. Okay, so I just gave you a few examples. Now let us understand what are the different ways you're going to see safe, keep yourself safe. So the firstly, you're going to wear eye protection and nextly you're going to wear gloves. This will keep yourself ready in order to handle these chemicals. Next hazard is the toxic hazard. The symbol itself indicates that it is going to be deadly. So you're not going to swallow it or you're not going to inhale it, because even the inhalation can lead to death or the severe conditions. So even if you're using these hazard, yeah, or toxic chemicals, make sure that you're not directly mixing it, because these fumes which comes out of those particular chemical reaction, they are very dangerous. They are going to actually kill you. So make sure that you're not carrying out these experimentation without any precautions. Okay. Nextly, do not try to swallow it, because if you're going to swallow it, it is going to cause harm to yourself. Okay. Now let us understand how to handle these toxic hazard chemicals. So firstly, we have to avoid the contact. So we are going to wear eye protection. We are going to wear gloves to avoid the contact with our skin. And also to avoid inhalation of these dangerous fumes, we are going to wear mask. Now suppose in your laboratory, if you have fume cupboard or fume chambers, you're going to use them. It has exhaust which actually put those fumes away from your um, inhalation chamber, so you will not be able to inhale those particular fumes, because you are carrying it out in a fume cupboard. Okay. Next hazard is the flammable hazard. The symbol itself indicates or shows a flame. Okay, so it indicates that the substance can easily catch fire. Okay, so make sure that you're keeping them away from the fire source. Suppose if you're not keeping it away from the fire source, this is what is going to happen in the laboratory. It can lead to any dangerous accident, so please keep it away from the fire. Now, these are the different ways that you're going to keep yourself safe from these flammable hazards. Firstly, you're going to wear gloves, eye protections to keep yourself safe. And the most important thing is to remember to keep these flammable hazards or the chemicals away from the flame source. Okay. So now this hazard is an explosive hazard. As you can see in the symbol, it shows that something is exploding. So looking at the symbol only, you will be able to make out that this is an explosive hazard. Now, as soon as this hazard comes in contact with flame or heat source, it directly catches fire and explodes. Okay, so make sure that you're keeping it away from the fire source. Now let us understand how to reduce the risk. Okay, so you're going to wear eye protection, because we know that since it is going to catch fire easily and it is going to explode, so those chemicals might enter your eyes. So it is better to wear eye protection and also keep this particular explosive away from the fire source. Okay, so this is how actually you're going to keep yourself safe while using explosive chemicals. Okay. The next hazard is the environmental hazard. The symbol itself shows you what does it means. As you can see, there is a dead fish and also a dead tree, which indicates that it is going to cause harm to the environment. As you can see in the picture also, these hazard chemicals, they clearly harm the environment. So temperatures are going to increase, global warming, death of lot of animals, or many of the plants, they get destroyed completely because of these chemicals. So what you're going to do, let us see. So in order to keep yourself and also your environment safe, you're going to make sure the care of disposal. Okay, so whenever you're disposing these chemicals, firstly you're going to dispose it in a proper bin, so that if we have the collection of that particular hazard waste, we will give it to the experts, and those experts will take proper precautions and completely dispose those hazard chemicals. So they are not going to harm the environment, as they are not even entering the environment, because we have carried out the proper disposal. Nextly, do not throw these chemicals directly into the sink, because when they go into those pipes and all, they cause corrosion, and because of that corrosion, the pipes get damaged and it might lead to any fatal accidents. Lastly, suppose if there are strong acid or strong bases, make sure to neutralize them before you throw it in the sink. Okay. And also you can ask your teacher to provide you with a proper procedure to dispose those chemicals so that expert people can handle it with care. Okay. So here is the trick to remember all the hazard symbols that we have discussed in the previous sessions. So the acronym is ICT-FEE. So where I stands for irritant, C stands for corrosive, T stands for toxic, and F stands for flammable, E stands for explosive, and E stands for environmental. With this, you will be able to remember all the hazards clearly at once only in a easy way. Okay. So with this, we have completed our session. Hope you have liked it. And if you have any query or anything, you can comment it in the comment section. Do like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Artistic Atom. See you in the next session.